lovely blue sky. Welcome to the 6th of November 2022. Now, I've not been out on this bike since I did the Lady Bower Chatsworth run, which was the 19th of September. We've had a week in Spain and been busy working and stuff, so I did get out on the BMW last weekend. Up to Monash for a cup of coffee and a bacon sandwich, which was very nice. I didn't film any of it because the camera only filmed the first 20 minutes or something like that. So today is just going to be a short one. The Wellington cooling towers. We're going to go off to get some fuel, some of that expensive juice, possibly nip to the Superbike factory for a cup of tea, and then head our way home again. I just felt I had to get out on this for an hour or so. It did give for rain all day today, but as you can see, at the moment, I wouldn't say clear blue skies or anything like that, but there's plenty of breaks in the cloud. Considering this hasn't been run for at least 6 weeks, must be 6 weeks, and it's only been running for 10 minutes. And it's running as sweet as a nut, as usual. Not bad for a 39-year-old machine. 38-year-old, I think. It's an 84, this one. I try and use the bikes all year round. The only time I won't really use them is if it's icy and snowy and really dangerous. But you know, I don't mind 2 or 3, anything above about 3 degrees and we're off. Below that, even with the heated grips and the decent gear, still a little on the chilly side. Go and see what this costs to fill up. We'll head on down to the Superbike place, have a cup of tea or coffee. The clock still says 12:43, it's actually 11:43. Just haven't changed it. I don't think I'll bother. Alright, where are we going here? Let's get some of the good stuff. $192 kilometres, what's that in miles? Anyone know? Sounds pretty empty, yeah. Right, E5 we want, that's the 1.99 a litre, bloody heck. Oh well, the price you pay for enjoyment, I suppose. £18.96 or something. I thought it was going to take more than that. Nice dry roads. Haven't got the inner layer on this jacket. It's still nice and warm. No heated grips yet. I've just got like a sports t-shirt on underneath the jacket. It's quite nice. Not cold yet. I think this RST kit's quite good. We'll go the boring way there. Go the interesting way back. See if she pops when let the grass off. No pops. Ow! Oh, there's a little pop. And another one. Excuse me. There was a little pop. That screen needs a clean. Now watch these three here. Some kind of circus lights going on with his indicators there. This is Castle Donington. Whoops. Now for those of you that like to watch airplanes, if you want to get close to the runway, you can go down here. This is the old Dysworth Road. It used to run years ago straight through the airport because it comes out the other side. No, it doesn't come out the other side, but Dysworth Road continues on the other side of the airport. So I'm presuming at some point it used to run, before this was expanded, used to run right through here.
Right.
Look at the rubbish. Disgusting, look at that. You can get quite up, there's the freight depot there, and then the passenger terminal in front of us. Do not drop litter. Yeah, people do. To see at the moment. Plane over there being tugged. Not sure where it's been tugged to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 DHL, 8 DHL planes. Anyway, if you want to watch the planes, that's the place to come. Well, it's one of the places. I mean, you can go at the other end of the runway the motorway side of the runway, and there's you can get quite close there. They fly right over your head there. Also, obviously, there's a viewing park which is just to the left of us, behind these houses. All that sludge there. That's supposed to be a nice place for a meal as well. And then this is the airport viewing park. Again, you can get fairly close to them here. Doesn't appear to be open though. Strange, isn't it, on a Sunday? Got a few good planes in there. They've got a Vulcan bomber in there. And a Nimrod. Is it a Nimrod they call it? Yeah, that's not a bad day out if it was open. There's the opening times. Winter, November to March. Group visitors only. Group visits only. So it's only open from March to October at the weekend. Woo. We'll get a quick cup of tea. I'm going to see if I can get a couple of coat hangers. You can also go up these banks here. Get a good view up there. This is the one of the landing approaches. I was here a few years ago when the Vulcan made its final farewell flight, and all these verges here were packed. You couldn't move, and it just came over this road here, over the runway, tipped its wing and roared off down that way somewhere towards Rolls Royce, I think. Right, we're going to get a quick cup of coffee and then head on back and see if I can get a couple of coat hangers. Not very busy here. Means there'll be somewhere to sit. Now this used to be, they've made this, I think, it used to be the motor factory. I think. Could be wrong. This is where I parked last time. Ew, Lexi Moto. I suppose it's a good way of starting, but I wouldn't have one. Two of them there, look. Nice looking bikes, but they're not very reliable, from what I'm told. I'm talking from experience, of course. Right, we're going to get a quick coffee. Car transporter down there. Ow. Somebody just left a note on here saying it was leaking fuel. No, it's got a vacuum tap on it that should shut the fuel off when you shut the engine off. Most of the time it works, but obviously today it didn't. Hang on, it's not even filming. There it is. Thought I was talking to myself then for a minute. So it's not even filming. Right, let's get this thing home. Oh yeah, I can smell it. Shouldn't leak while it's running. Bloody thing. Right, we'll go back through Melbourne. Got my coat hangers. Looks like rain's coming over that way. I should really turn the tap off just to be on the safe side. Perhaps it just needs rebuilding. I think the rain's here already. You just see Breedon on the hill over there. Can't see it now behind that bank. Just up there. You have some cracking views up there on a clear day. Well, I wonder how much that's just cost me. And I don't mean the bacon butty. I mean the fuel dumping all over the floor. Good job petrol evaporates. But when that late, I went to see the lady in the shop with some coat hangers. And she asked me what bike I had, which was a bit of an odd question when you're asking for coat hangers. And when I told her an old Honda Silverwing, oh, she says, is it a blue one? So I said, yeah. Oh right, I think she was interested in it, and then she said, your bike's leaking fuel, leaking petrol out all over the place. Oh bloody hell. Well, someone had left a note on my seat. So not only is fuel dead expensive, but I've just wasted God knows how much all over the floor. But it's probably just a float bowl full. I think the floats are either the floats are sticking slightly, or the fuel tap needs a rebuild. Either way, remember to turn it off. But it's weird because it's been sat in my garage for the last 6 or 7 weeks with the fuel turned on and hasn't leaked a drop. And then you get out, do a couple of miles, and there it goes again. Oh well. Roads are in really good condition at the moment, nice and dry, not too much muck on them at all. You do have to be careful around these bends though, for well, farm vehicles and mud and stuff, because it doesn't really dry up at this time of year. But it's nice to get out on the bike for an hour or so. Good for the mind and soul. This is Melbourne. This is where Thomas Cook was born. Was originally from here. Founder of Thomas Cook Travel, which now no longer kind of exists in the capacity that it used to. I think they went under in about 2019, which is a shame, really. Been going since 1841 or something like that. I don't know where his house is. There'll be a blue plaque on it somewhere. Still smell petrol. Wouldn't mind finding that house at some point. There's a nice little ooh, easy does it. This is Melbourne town centre. It's a bit tight and narrow, but it's a lovely little place. It just gets a little bit on the busy side. Bit of a nicer run than the A50 and all. So I will try and keep these videos coming as and when I can, even throughout the winter. I remember last year actually, I went for a ride out last year on New Year's Eve. Was it New Year's Eve? I think it was. It was New Year's Eve. And it was about 17 degrees. So let's hope for a few more. It's definitely raining now. It's a drizzly stuff. A few more nice days like that. Trouble is, that time of year, even if it's warm and mild, you don't really have the daylight. You know, the daylight hours. But never mind. You know, if you think about it, people moan. A lot of people moan about the winter months and stuff. But you know, if you think it starts, the nights start drawing in July, when we're not even in the middle of summer. So by the time you change the clocks in October, you've only really got 7 weeks before the days start getting that little bit longer. Then you get 7 weeks, just the 21st of December I think it is. Then you get through Christmas and New Year and get January out of the way, which is always a slow month. February is the shortest month of the year, as you know. And then you're into March and you know it's light till about 6 o'clock again. Yes, it's cold, but you're getting more daylight. So really, the UK winters, stay there you, don't last all that long in the scheme of it, do they? That's why I look at it anyway. I mean, yeah, it can snow in April, May, not very often in May, but it can snow in May and it can be bitterly cold. But, as my oldest lad would say, it is what it is. Another little bit of local history here. Swarkston Causeway, ancient monument. says an ancient monument, but if you look at the sides of the road, there's all mirrors and bits of plastic and stuff where cars have clipped. There's a mirror there. And how it's all been patched up. Swarkston Sailing Club just over there to the left. I used to do that as a kid when I was younger. It is great fun. I'd love to get back into it. Anyway, going back to this bridge, there's probably not an original part of this wall left. And there is a 7.5 ton weight limit on it, but it doesn't tend to be the lorries that come over it that smash it up. It's the cars that just seem to. And they don't. There's plenty of room here. Obviously on a bike there is. Here comes Lorraine again. Oh jeez. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that little ride out through Willington Superbike factory. You didn't see me have a coffee, but hey, I wasn't filming in there. And back through Melbourne Swarkston Viaduct towards the Crewe and Harper pub, which is just up here. And this hump here is where we go over the River Trent. It's very similar to the bridge or the causeway that goes over from Willington to Repton. And there's the Trent. Now that does get flooded. That's really impressive when it gets flooded. Anyway, that's me done for the day. Look after yourselves. Whoa! He says look after yourselves as I was banking around that manhole cover there. And the bike kicked out. Woohoo! Anyway, as I was saying, mind the manhole covers, look after yourselves, ride safely, and till the next time. But before we go, we have something even older than this on the road. Look at this here. Cool.